Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Flounder Pondcast, episode 4. We got a fucking incredible program planned for you tonight. We're going to be joined by Avgust and Elka, as normal. We're also going to be joined by their friend Aleks, Aleks. Should be really exciting. We got a ton of topics to discuss today. Sadly, I do have some bad news, which is, as you can probably tell by my kind of stubbly look, Dollar Shave Club has decided to drop our sponsorship. They listened to about 30 seconds of one of the episodes and realized they could have it in no way associated with their brand. With that being said, though, we still have a lot of great products that are sponsoring us. We got fucking BetterHelp. They're all over our shit. We got fucking, all the classics, so to speak. We got Kratom. Kratom in general is sponsoring the show, which is really exciting for me. Big industry with Kratom. I don't know where Kratom comes from. I do use it every now and again. I think it comes from like Indonesia or something, somewhere in Asia. You can probably grow it in a lot of different climates. But that stuff fucking rocks.
Hello.
I was just telling the audience about Kratom. They sponsor us.
Let's fucking go.
What's going on? How are we doing?
Fine. Not much going on, I think.
Yeah, not much news, I guess.
Yeah. Every time I open a window in my apartment, bugs get in, and so I've got like one or two little flies.
That's what I said. Like,
Yo, all right, what's up? So this is our special guest for tonight. We got, is it pronounced Aleks or Aleks?
oh, just Aleks. Like
Aleks.
regular Aleks.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Aleks.
Ooh, right on spot.
Yeah, you got like a cool background thing going on. You look professional, man.
Oh, I literally just got back to my apartment like 10 minutes ago. So my name is Aleks. I work. Ooh, am I doxing myself a little bit with my full name?
That doesn't get shown. You're not on camera.
Sorry, I did not ever use Zoom on my Mac for like a hot second. My name's Aleks. I work in our wonderful nation's capital, and I do what I can best currently describe as foreign policy work.
That's cool. So you're in DC?
Yep.
How long you been there for?
A year.
A year? Okay, wow.
As of 2 weeks ago, actually.
That's exciting. How do you like it there? I have a lot of friends who live in DC.
I'm loving it. It's honestly, because I studied. That's how we all know each other. Is we all studied Russian in college.
Yep.
And it feels like, there are two options for when you study Russian or any niche Eastern European language, honestly, and that is, do second language acquisition teaching or go into foreign policy. There are secret third options, but I'm blanking on them right now. And obviously, with war happening in Russia, one of those is not really quite viable anymore. So here I am.
Wait, so what's going on in Russia?
No, they're straight chilling. Nothing going on.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
They're straight chilling.
Yeah.
I thought Russians were certified like not chillers, but it's good to know that they chill.
I mean, where else do they speak Russian besides Russia? Is it like all of Eastern Europe, or is it just Russia?
It's sort of a interesting, because you know Cold War, right? Familiar with it?
I've heard of it, yeah.
So there's this thing called the Warsaw Pact, where it was essentially a bunch of Eastern Europe's was Russia's forced friends, essentially, where Russia was like, hey, you're under us now for a solid chunk of time, and then everybody was like, oh, well, what if I don't want to be? And they're like, okay, well, what if you send a bunch of tanks to your capital? And then And that kind of settled the matter for a couple decades. So as a result, because a lot of the sort of political class at the time was controlled by Russians, a lot of people spoke Russian. So I'm originally Polish. So, for example, a lot of the older generation speaks Russian because, like, that's what sort of the political class and what the people that made decisions for that country at the time spoke. So,
Yeah, so they also speak a lot of Russian in like Central Asia because that was all controlled by the Soviets too. So like in Kazakhstan, like the more south you go, like the less they speak Russian. But like in Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan, still speak some Russian in like certain areas. But yeah, a lot of Eastern Europe speaks Russian and Central Asia basically, besides Russia itself.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Well, y'all are going to Kazakhstan, and I assume they speak Russian there for that reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
God.
That's what's up. Have you ever been over to like Eastern Europe, Alex?
oh, I was born there.
Oh, you were born.
So,
Were you born in Poland?
yep.
Okay.
So I was going to do the similar Kazakh trip, sort of like on my college capstone, and then, ooh, did you guys talk about what happened in January of last year?
Oh, we haven't talked about that. We could.
Oh.
I'd be down.
That'd be fun. I mean, not fun, but
So around the time I was graduating, COVID was still kind of going on in the sense that like things were opening up, but everybody was still sort of uncomfortable with getting back in the swing of things because everybody was like, okay, COVID's gonna come swinging back, and then we'll have to cancel everything again. So I this was the time I was signing up for the similar Kazakh trip, and that was happening. Plus, there was a bunch of civil unrest in Kazakhstan over sort of, I guess the overarching theme of that was Kazakhstan's continued relationship with Russia, vis-a-vis. Oh shit, that was after.
No, this was
That was before the war.
yeah,
That was before the war. So there was civil unrest over I believe, the price of oil.
Yeah.
And oil, natural gas, heating, energy, etc. And what happened was a ton of people protested, and the government sort of came in, squashed that, and then the big controversy is they essentially called in Russia to help squash that, which led to like a huge civil, what could be best described as a massive crackdown, in the sense that the there's a significant amount of people that were injured and died as a result of the crackdown, the protests, and the current government sort of, I would classify it, sort of not fell apart, but the current guy in charge had to cede way to a whole new government and sort of step aside because of how unpopular he was because of that decision.
Mhm.
I think like that's a pretty good basic briefer.
That's a really good summary.
Yeah.
There was a lot of in Almaty specifically, which is where like you go for this trip, which is it's the former capital, it's like the biggest city. There was a lot of like just like straight rioting and like looting of like fucking everything. Like people just had to like throughout the entire city, people just had to like kind of stay shut in their homes for a few days while I don't know, people went nuts.
So kind of like
I mean-
like a Democrat-run city in the U.S.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when they don't back the blue is what happens. Almaty is a good example. And then so like the university, I was
Sounds like D.C. actually. So is that why you moved to D.C. to kind of practice living in those conditions before going over to Kazakhstan?
Well, I would move to New York if I really wanted the true experience, but
yeah, that's true. But yeah, like the university I was studying at because I was there like the summer after this summer of 2022, and like I don't know, the university just didn't have like half the resources that they used to have just because it all got like stolen and like destroyed. So I think they're doing a lot better now. They have a new president who's like a little bit better than the last one. They have who was their second president like of all time. So we'll see how that turns out.
so now they got Tokayev. The last one was Nazarbayev.
Yeah, and Nazarbayev was president for like 30 some years, and then they overthrew him, kind of. Well, he resigned, but like officially. But
Yeah. And others like slowly sort of he didn't get like fully arrested and shunned, but the government sort of kindly asked him to not come back to government and serve in a actual role.
yeah.
I see. So you work in foreign policy now. Are you planning to stay in DC long term?
Um, TBD.
Yeah.
I'll see how I'm vibing. I'm reaching a year into my job soon. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get a master's at some point, and I'll probably do that in Europe.
Oh, cool. So are you like, do you work for like, if you don't mind sharing, do you work for like a lobbyist or like a think tank or
A think tank.
think tank? Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
So, yeah, honestly, I'm liking it. It's like this nice kind of blend between um, government and academia, which I really like because there's still a lot of research. There's still a heavy focus on publishing and sort of thought leadership, but coupled with like you still meet a lot of people that are still incredibly influential in government. They are whether we're in government or are soon going to go back into it.
Yeah.
So I do like that sort of mix. And I think it's a really good place to sort of land right after college.
Kind of like the revolving door thing, I guess, right?
It is that is the big thing in DC is a lot of careers just sort of like go by election season.
Mhm.
So like people sort of have their careers in their 2 or 4 year terms, depending on sort of like because someone pops out because there's like a Republican or Democrat in charge, and then they pop back in whenever it's convenient or they get asked to come back. So
That's pretty interesting. I did like high school debate, where you're constantly citing think tanks, and I always kind of wondered what was involved in those jobs, you know, and because I mean I know you don't go in there and just like think, you know, I'm sure you're doing intensive research and
no, you tank actually.
Yeah.
So you know why they call it a think tank is because you go in your little pod. Or...
You eat the bugs.
You get a daily injection and you eat the bug and you stay in your pod and you make opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, how much of your day is devoted to like pod time?
Around 9 hours.
9 hours. It's a long week for you in the pod.
I
but-
know.
Hey, I mean that's what it takes to keep the country moving forward. I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
And I love it. I love this. I love the United States, the US of A. I think it's a real treat. Dual citizen, so I have options.
You think about moving back to Poland?
Not Poland, but Europe.
Oh, is your dual citizenship Poland or not?
It is in Poland, but nifty thing about the European Union is you can kind of move to wherever you want.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
no visa, no you don't need like any sponsorship. Like every country is sort of reciprocal agreements with each other
Yeah.
in the European Union.
Yeah, what's
So
that?
I moved
What's
Yeah.
that called? There's like a term for it. It's like the Schengen.
the Schengen area, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Where have you thought about moving to then? I know you said you
Brussels.
wanted to get your master's in Europe potentially. You think Brussels?
Yeah, because it's essentially the DC of Belgium in the sense that like the European Union has a lot of their headquarters and major buildings there, major offices there. NATO has headquarters there.
Oh wow.
Sort of like pretty much anything that like has political weight to it has something to do in Brussels. Plus, it's a very international city, so like my French is kind of so I'll get along with just English as well.
Oh, very nice. Do you see yourself working in like the politics, foreign relations space long term?
I'll see. I'm liking it so far. But that is a huge TBD because I am young,
Of course.
dumb, and full of thought-provoking policy ideas.
No, you can say it. This is an After Dark podcast. You can say it. You're fine.
Oh, I know I can. I just wanted to make a funny joke there.
Cool. All right. Well, we got a lot to get to today. Appreciate you coming on. I think on that topic, we should talk about. These come from Elka and Avgust. Straight men who are spiritually gay. I think we should get into that.
Well, okay,
Or-
specifically, straight men who are spiritually gay versus straight men who are gay for pussy.
Oh.
Important distinction, often misconstrued as the same man, but I would argue that they couldn't be more dissimilar.
So you sent us earlier a little post-it note you wrote, and I think this is good. So
I'm gonna pull up my chart right now. I'll be
So
back.
I think
so I have a little like criteria from Elka.
wait, shit, I didn't do my homework.
No, it's okay. Okay. This is the most prep that's ever gone into an episode of the Pondcast ever. So, man who is gay for pussy, dresses gay, has female friends, he sees women as people and loves women. If a gay guy were to hit on him, he would shrug it off, and he is generally secure.
Secure in his masculinity.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh.
But a man who is spiritually gay, acts gay, has male friends and sees women as lesser, and he loves men. If a gay guy were to hit on him, he would get offended, and he is insecure in his masculinity.
Yeah.
Many such cases of spiritually gay men that we know.
And this is not to circle jerk about what a wonderful and excellent guest I am, but as a perhaps I could offer a little bit of clarity on this.
I thought you could provide some unique insight.
This is true.
So, the first person that comes in under men who are gay for pussy and for, I guess, Grammys is our dearest Harry Styles. I do not. I think so. I mean, he's wearing like dresses. He's saying like, okay, did he say that he's like a datem, or is it like not not confirmed, or is he just like that?
I think if he said that, he's lying about it for attention.
And that's what I said, and that is what I'm saying is like, for pussy, for Grammys, for attention, and for fruity little album covers. Is what I'm saying. Okay, what's that? Not Watermelon Sugar. What's the other one that like is huge?
As it was. I'm like embarrassed to know that.
I thought As It Was was like Lady Gaga.
No,
I was
unfortunately, I kind of liked that song. I'm afraid to admit
it's fine. Like
I really like both those songs, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll give it.
I think he's just a straight guy. He just wears dresses and stuff, I'm pretty sure.
No. I can't tell. See, now Harry Styles, maybe it's just because he's like a celebrity and to me he's like a lizard person or whatever, but he strikes me as the kind of person who is like who like acts / dresses gay or whatever and like tries to keep it ambiguous because he's like trying to deceive women into thinking that he's like cool. Like it feels like he's a spiritually gay man who wants women to think that he's gay for pussy. That's just my take. I think
So
it's
a male
I don't know the
manipulator.
guy personally, but he just strikes me as someone who's faking it so that way he can like get in with the right crowd and get something out of it.
Well,
Seems logical.
I think we gotta, on the same page, we gotta discuss Prince in this equation, because Prince is kind of the original, like, androgynous dresser, but then privately, he's, like, very homophobic. He's all about, like, Jesus and stuff. Yeah.
wait, wasn't Prince like bi? Wasn't that like a whole thing?
Kind of. We think.
What
but,
do you mean kind of?
Yeah. I mean, he was fucking a lot of girls, and he was always... do y'all know Prince at all?
I mean, yeah, I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
I know.
No, I think I don't think he was bisexual. He was like a devout Jehovah's Witness, especially later in his career. He was like all about the Jesus stuff, but he also would like wear makeup and like wear dresses and stuff, and like I don't know, kind of a proto Harry Styles in a way. I mean, he was one of the biggest musicians, stars in the world at the time.
Oh, okay. I think yeah. I'm just very skimming through this article about it that I did because I just Googled it.
I'm also on Wikipedia for Prince right now.
He was a little homophobic.
Oh no! Do we have to cancel him?
Oh, Mortem cancel Prince.
I think it's a little late to cancel Prince.
Oh, he's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
We stand the Midwestern King. Okay.
Actually, I know someone who like met Prince multiple times when she was a kid because her like mom like knew him, so she would just like take her along to parties and at Prince's place, and yeah, it's kind of fun.
Like, what type of parties?
I don't know what kind of party that this girl's a child and she like was at
Well-
Prince's house, like met Prince, I think.
Okay, I mean the question is, did she take a plane ride to, an undisturbed island in
Little Saint,
Scotland?
Little Saint Prince.
Other influential men? I'm joking. Also, okay, no, I don't know about Prince though, because I don't know if he dresses gay for female attention or if he does it from a just like purely artistic.
I would believe that he did it artistically.
Yeah. See, I don't know, but like with Harry Styles, I could totally believe that he just dresses gay for like attention.
I think he does it for attention because he doesn't dress well. He dresses like androgynously or like femininely or whatever, but he doesn't do it well. And I feel like I don't know, if you're doing it for more than attention, you'd actually care about what you look like.
I think Prince got a ton. I don't think Harry Styles gets any. Is because I think the key thing with Harry Styles is it's a very sort of effeminate. It's like a safe thing. It's not like many women would look at Harry Styles and be like, "I need that carnally." I believe it's more of like this is a non-threatening man that's going to treat me right, but not in like any way that like elicits any sort of erotic.
Yeah, I think
If that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense. I
Yeah.
think, well, I was talking to Elka earlier today about the spiritually gay thing and how like there's many such cases of men who like, act spiritually gay because they like are trying to get closer to women, but they overdo it. And then they become like a total like non-sexual being to women, and the women kind of stop seeing them as like a real option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just like don't think of them that way like at all.
So like a gay best friend, but like an actual straight man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Whoopsie. Worst of both worlds.
So we were supposed to be the same person, but we want to say it because we don't want to be mean.
Censored.
But yeah, no, and a lot of people like overdo it. I remember there was these like these people that I know who like the guy was like very like he was like very clearly like into the girl, and she like I was kind of like, oh, are they like getting together, or are they not? And then like I saw them interacting, and I could tell that they had not like gotten together or anything, because he was like still talking to her like a gay man, and I know it's a straight man. Like it was very funny because he's still trying to like get in there, but it's too late. But yeah, no, many such cases.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gay to have female friends if you're a guy.
That's what I've been saying. Like,
It's either really gay or really straight. It's like the horseshoe, in my opinion.
How could it ever be straight to have a female friend?
I mean, okay, here's my take. It's like you either love women so much that you like just only want to hang out with them, even platonically, or you hate them so much that you would never.
they're like an incel at that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm both then,
I think you told us in episode 1 that you don't have female friends.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, I'm philosophically opposed to that. No,
I feel like
I mean, I've never. It's not entirely true. I don't have any female friends. I do, but I've never been able to be close with a girl without developing feelings for her. Like, it's just never happened for me.
rookie mistake.
Dude, you're gay. You don't get a.
No,
You don't get a horse in this race.
I've had a very fun journey where in high school, like all of my friends were women, and now all of my friends in DC are like other gay men. So like I feel like I'm only getting like
It's a little bit.
I get the other experience, yeah.
Yeah.
But it feels like I need like I need more gender parity. So like I get that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any male friends either.
Do you have any?
I don't have any non-binary friends. So I'm gonna ask
Okay.
about it. So I mean, but you feel like that's interesting. I mean, I guess that's where'd you grow up, Alex?
Midwest.
Midwest. So I feel like a lot of people, I guess, who are LGBT or plus, they move to like an urban area and they find that there's a lot of other LGBT people near them. I mean, I live in Atlanta, which has a massive gay population. And is that kind of a culture shock for you that, in DC, it's really easy finding other gay people to hang out with?
It was one thing because in my college town there was like one gay bar and it was like incredibly mid. So I went to like.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Talking about
Yeah.
Well, there's a dance one, but there was a dance one that was like queer friendly, but it was like
That place is fun.
no, it's fun.
She hates
But
it. I took Elka there one time and she hates it. I mean,
why? Wait, why do you hate it?
I'm too much of an autist.
No, because we were like the rest we went with friends and like the rest of us were like dancing, having fun, and Elka's just there like she's kind of like she
Just stimming in the corner.
I was trying to like get her to just like copy it out, like something very basic, and then she was not having it.
I just like standing there awkwardly. It was whatever.
But it's like I went to straight bars in my college town, and then I went to DC, and there's like 12 gay bars here, and I'm like, I have not been to a straight bar in months.
Wow.
Not because I'm like actively avoiding it. It's just like the ones in DC just cater to like dance, hangout vibes, etc. So I'm like, okay, well, why not?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Not
that's
that
cool. That's interesting.
Not that I don't still fondly remember and love my incredibly shitty pour drink dive bar from college, which y'all know which one I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, the drinks there were the vibes were excellent always. Drinks terrible always.
What are y'all's like go-to drinks?
Like a Moscow Mule or like a gin and tonic.
Can you call it that?
Yeah. Sorry. Oops.
I've been on the Diet Coke and gin.
That's
Really?
like intensely white girl right there. That's crazy.
Well, okay, right now my friend gave me this. This is like the wrong bottle for it, but my friend gave me this like purple gin.
Oh.
Insane.
Oh, they got lean gin. I love Moscow Mules and gin and tonics, and so I've mixed the two, and I get like gin and gingers.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, I should try that.
It's great, honestly.
What drinks are popular in the gay circles right now?
It is a running joke that because a lot of gays want to be skinny, they get vodka sodas, and it's like
Solid choice.
it's a solid choice, but it's just sort of like literally. I remember seeing like multiple TikToks or reels or whatever. There was someone was just like, "Oh, vodka soda," and I'll get a vodka soda, and then I'll get a vodka soda, and then like the bartender was like, "Okay, okay, girly pop, we get it."
I used to be a pretty consistent vodka soda girly for a little while, and then I just started, I don't know, drinking gin tonics more and like whatever. But yeah, or like the bar I work at, I'll get like maybe like some little more complicated if it's not too busy because I get like a discount, so I don't have to pay like out the ass for like a decent drink. So like there's this like drink that like our friend invented, like it's like key lime pie cocktail. It was very good. I just tried like oh my god, I don't remember what's in it. No, it's called like a Madison Bulldog, and it's like espresso, liqueur, and strawberry vodka, and like Pepsi or something. It's really good.
You had me until Pepsi. Like the Pepsi made me raise an eyebrow, but I'm still willing to hear you on that.
It just sounds like Four Loko. Like.
No, no. Next time we need like that we're drinking again, you need to try one.
Okay,
it's really good. Or I'll have one and then I'll let you try some.
Okay, after.
What kind of drink? Or never mind, you don't drink Flounder.
Yeah.
A tall glass of water.
I was a big whiskey Coke guy, vodka Red Bulls. Those were kind of my go-tos. I like vodka Red Bulls. I mean, if I was ever at a bar, I was probably pretty fucked up to where I kind of needed a Red Bull, a little energy boost to keep me going. So those two usually, because even the whiskey Coke has caffeine in it, you know.
Yeah. No, I kind of hate the taste of Red Bull, so I'll just get like some with Coke if I want a little bit of caffeine or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was at the gym yesterday, and
Gay.
sometimes I know, right? And they had a guy in a little table, kind of like, because they usually just have some guys being like, "Hey, here's a product that just came out. Please, like, get a sample of it so you'll buy it later." And they had a spiked protein drink,
Oh, really?
which
It's
I
like
was
a
like,
It's Always Sunny bit is protein beer. Y'all have ever seen that?
it was like 8 ABV too, and you could absolutely taste it. But it was like
Really?
a protein drink, and I was like, I took a shot of it, and I was like, well, first of all, I don't want to get fucked up before my workout, so jot that down. And then after that, I was like, that was perfectly okay. I thought it was going to be terrible, and it was not terrible, but it wasn't good either.
Have
Yeah,
you ever
what?
had like a post-workout beer?
I'm not a huge. Okay, beer in East Coast is terrible. Unfortunately, I
Ooh.
must say, is I got incredibly spoiled in the Midwest, and I went to the East Coast, and everything kind of sucks here.
Damn. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Like literally all like the good IPAs are like imported from Chicago or like Wisconsin.
Hell yeah. I'll actually be in DC. We'll be in
Oh,
DC for a few
yeah.
days.
Oh
Um,
wait,
we go in
yeah,
on
because for your orientation, right?
we
Yeah.
go in on the 20th. And then
August.
Uh,
we're there for a few days. We leave on the 23rd.
June 20? No, wait, June
No,
20th?
August, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be crazy if we were leaving in 6 days. I would kill myself.
Wait, so let me know when you're in town, actually. Okay, Loki?
I might go in. My cousin also lives in DC, so I might try and like change my departure day with them, so I can go in early to hang out with him a little bit too.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Oh
Anyway.
god, reunion in DC.
Oh my god.
All right. I don't know what next. I know we are running out of time on this like specific call, so
Oh damn.
I can. But
Yeah, let's talk about. Actually, I want to hear the DC insider scoop on the Trump arrest. What do you think about that? What's going on?
Um, my whole thing with Trump is libs. Um,
Is
I
that
say
he's like
this.
owning the libs? Is what you mean?
No, I say this as someone left of center, but I hate it uh when libs are like, oh, they finally got Trump, he's arrested. Oh my God, they finally got him. He's gonna be behind bars. I was like, okay, I'm gonna believe it when I see it, because man's gotten impeached like 1.5 times, already got like arraigned and everything, already facing a bunch of charges, but he always gets out of it.
He always
Um,
wiggles his way out somehow.
slippery D Donald, slippery Donald.
Wiggly Dawn, yeah, that's what they call him.
So like I'm not getting hype over anything until like I see him like behind bars. And even that I think it's like I think it's a little passe to be like a little too hype about it, honestly.
Yeah,
It's kind of soy a little bit.
that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Like, oh, we got him. Like, no, we didn't do anything. Also,
We posted him into jail.
yeah, it reminds me of like when Biden won the election, like people who I don't know, who like didn't really know my political views. And I'm not saying I'm like a big Republican or anything, but they'll be like, "Oh, we won." And it's like, who's we? And like I don't know, it was weird. It felt like a little like presumptuous, if that makes sense, for people to be like, "Oh, we got him, like we won, like
We
good
solved
for us."
everything.
Yeah.
we
Like
did it, Joe.
we did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
no, there
So,
haven't really been any problems since Joe Biden's election. That did pretty much resolve everything.
yeah.
I mean, Brandon.
As you know, living in DC, I mean, politics are pretty much a well-oiled machine at this point.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
I remember seeing this like piece that was touted as kind of like a feel-good story, but it was like Okay, I'm just gonna say it and let the audience speak for itself. But there's like this whole thing on TikTok or Reels or something where it was like this autistic kid named Brandon, and then he was like, and everybody was like, "Let's go, Brandon." He's like, "Oh my God, that's me," and nobody like had the heart to break it to him to be like, "Wait a second, this is like a very convoluted slander on our president." But he's like having a good time, so let's keep this going. Let's keep the good vibes going.
Like, hey, why should we ruin it for him, right? He's
Let's
happier
go.
than he's happier than I am.
Let's go, Brandon.
No, that's huge for that little autistic boy. You know, it's a major thing for him. If that's the only good thing to come out of the Biden presidency, you know, I'm happy about it. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing some good in the world for at least one person.
But yeah, I mean, is there like a general excitement among people in DC, or is the general tone just like this is kind of dumb, like this is over?
I mean, I don't think, at least in my circles, is a thing that people, well, just kidding. Some people are hype about it, but I'm just sort of like, some people are hype about it, one in the sense of like, okay, cool, he might go to jail, and the other people are like, oh, this is a thing that's on the news, I'm gonna share it, just so you're aware of this thing that's in the news. I'm like, okay, cool.
I mean, my whole thing is I'm anti-incarceration. You know, I think we need to end the prison state, the prison industrial complex. So I don't think it's right for me to want him to go to jail. You know, I don't think you should go to jail even if you are betraying state secrets through classified documents. I don't think
Like that kid.
What?
Oh, did you guys already talk about that Air Force kid who like leaked a bunch of
Oh, like on Discord? No, we haven't talked about that either. I forgot.
I don't think I heard about the story. What happened?
Wait, you haven't?
I
There,
don't
there
think
was
so.
this, there was this Discord. I don't remember. I think it was like a Minecraft Discord server.
Thug Shaker Central.
Dog Shaker Central, and there was some like somewhat high level Air Force staffer who was like a
He
part
wasn't
of
even high level. That was the thing. He
it.
was just
Wasn't?
like,
Oh, okay, just some guy. Okay, I was wrong. I would kind of assume that he was because he had anyway, but
you think?
he just went on to this Discord server that he was a part of and just leaked all these classified government documents to like a bunch of Minecraft kids or whatever.
Yo, that's
Uh,
sick.
Because his whole thing was like, oh, I'm accessing a bunch of because he didn't like leak it of any malicious intent. I think that was the kind of like final verdict on that.
oh,
I
really?
think the main thing was that I mean there was some weird thing where he had like some Russian insignia and some Russian patches, which people were like, oh, he's a Russian agent. But in my opinion, just kid like played a bunch of Arma and
Yeah.
like mil sims. So like yeah, that community is like filled with like people who love to LARP as like Russian soldiers or whatever.
Did you guys see that video of that Marine like sucking that dildo in front of a bunch of other Marines?
Oh,
What?
Yeah, God bless our troops.
back on Twitter, you know.
I I know if I know what's good for me, if I know what's good for me, I'm not gonna get back on Twitter. But
No, but wait.
these things like trickle through. All of these things trickle down to me eventually.
down,
Yeah,
yeah.
trickle down. Twitter.
Trickle down posting.
I mean, that really only came out today. It's kind of epic. It's like just a big group of Marines, and one of them's just like deep throating a dildo in front of all the other ones. It's pretty cool.
That reminds me of a touching ballad known as Ram Ranch.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard of Ram Ranch. Tell me some more.
Well,
Oh,
on
it's
Ram
a
Ranch,
ranch.
and there's 18 naked cowboys on Ram Ranch. And oh fuck, I don't remember how it goes.
I tried pulling up the lyrics and then it r/incredibly verbose is unfortunately part of the Reddit shutdown.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I found it just on Google. 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Big, hard, throbbing cocks wanting to be sucked. 18 naked cowboys wanting to be fucked. Cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch, on their knees, waiting to suck cowboy cocks. Ram Ranch really rocks. Hard, buff, hot cowboys with their cocks throbbing hard. 18 more wild. You know, you can imagine how.
It goes on for like 17 minutes.
And there are, oh my gosh, there's like hundreds of different like remixes and versions of Ram Ranch. Let's see what they're on now. They're on Ram Ranch 722.
They made
Um,
722 of these songs.
and they're all like various remixes of Ram Ranch.
Okay. And
Like
this is a real place.
Yes, and it really rocks.
Have you been, Alex?
No, I can't say I have. I've had the pleasure.
Yeah.
I know a friend who was like, because the running joke is like the song is like that, but the song is like terrible. And then you have a friend
That sounded
who
like a
got
really good song to me.
like hazed to it.
What's this that you sent to the fucking
Oh, that's the marine themed one.
yeah, 18 28 US Marines pulling up in black Ford Raptor trucks. Helicopters landing Ram Ranch is under siege under
Under
lockdown.
lockdown.
US Marines are gonna fuck Ram Ranch cowboy butts. Looking for Prince Harry, gonna fuck Prince Harry's butt. Yeah, wild buff, cool US Marines gonna fuck cowboy butts. Yeah, big man. I'm not gonna read the rest of this, but
No?
yeah, you can read it. You can read the rest of it. Oh, we have less than a minute left actually on the Zoom call.
I'm learning
So
like so much about the LGBT community tonight. This is huge for me.
I'm more than a gay man. I am a connoisseur. I am a
Of gay men.
trailblazer, etc. Things of that nature.
You're
all
a
right,
connoisseur of what exactly?
Posting memes.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought you meant. I thought you were discussing something else. All right, we're gonna break for like a couple minutes. I think it's about to cut us off. Alex, talk about our sponsor.
Sponsor, uh, being yourself. Oh no, Manscaped actually. Sorry, everybody. It's Manscaped. It's Manscaped
Sounds.
all the way. It's Manscaped all the way down. You want to shave?
Ooh, all right. All right, I have sent the link over to Elka, so hopefully they get back to me fairly soon. As mentioned, tonight's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, which is shaved all the way down, if you will. It's all about trimming your fucking balls and stuff. I would strike howling. I'm just reading something on Twitter right now. I hope you guys are enjoying the episode so far. We got a lot still to get through. It's a lot of fun for me thus far. I wonder if I should go pee. No, I should probably tell. I can't believe these kids don't know about Prince. I thought everybody knew about Prince. Prince is fucking rad. Prince is fucking sick. He's actually like one of my favorite musicians. If you play Prince in any sort of YouTube video, it gets blocked though, which is kind of fucked up if you ask me. But there's worse things in life, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of fucked up as far as I'm concerned.
Like, cool. Oh, hello.
Hey yo, welcome back.
Okay. Aleks says he's getting a snack and he will be back in a minute. We can, all right.
We can start without him.
Yeah, it's fine.
Chat.
We can chit chat. How's the job search going?
It's good. I had 2 interviews today. I got 2 tomorrow, 1 on Friday. Yeah, I don't really want to do any jobs though.
I mean, who does, to be fair?
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I guess I'll do it.
If I have to.
Yeah, that's literally like my attitude in these interviews. I like don't know how to tell, like, because these jobs you go to them and they're all like, we need somebody who's like really driven and ambitious and like a go-getter, self-starter, and I'm just sitting there like I'm more of a chill out and relax type of guy. Like, I don't know. I go back and forth. I kind of just would like a job that's just kind of relaxed and easy. But we'll see. I don't know. The 2 I interviewed for today, I think I'll probably get offers, but I don't feel like that great about them. They're like in sales, and there's like a lot of like sketchy sales jobs out there.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's whatever. Probably will just do it.
Yeah.
Just to get it over with.
It's like have a job. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It kind of sucks not having a job when you don't have anything else in life to do. Kind of sucks when your like existence is hollow and empty. It's kind of a bitch.
No, except for the Pondcast. You got the pond, you know.
Yeah, you'll be able to swim back to the pond.
Yeah. Kind of sucks when the one thing in your life is a really shitty podcast that you do once a week. That's kind of a bitch, but you know, fuck it, we ball, I suppose, if you will.
Exactly.
How are y'all's jobs?
They're
Actually,
okay.
the interview tomorrow is at 9:30. I gotta be up in like 10 hours.
Oh damn.
Damn, we don't have to go like super late if you.
Yeah, if you need to sleep.
I was figuring we'd just do the normal thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
normal 2 hours. Yeah.
I'm not that
Yeah.
worried about it. I mean, I used to show up to work like so hungover that I couldn't see straight all the time. like I'm not that worried about it. If anything, this is good practice for the interview, honestly.
Yeah.
What if I like went into the job interview with this exact demeanor of just like, so, like tell me like what like where are you what do you do? Who are you? I think I would kill it.
I think I would hope that like their your general chill attitude I would and your like honesty about what you actually want of a job. I hope that'd be like a benefit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It really depends on the job. Like, a lot of places are just trying to hire people, you know? I mean, those are typically the people who are fastest to respond. Is they just have extremely high turnover because it's not really a great work environment. Like, so one of these jobs, like for context, I'd be selling AT&T in like a Costco. So I'd just be like standing there trying to talk to people, trying to get them to buy AT&T services. And like, you know, people do that job. It's really probably not all that bad. But it's not anybody's idea of like a great job, you know. So people just leave very frequently. They just need bodies. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's what I mean, when I did door to door sales, that's what that was. Is there was just like a constant revolving door of people. So they would hire just anybody basically.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that answered your question.
What did you sell?
Fiber mostly. Yeah. So fiber, DirecTV, phone lines in theory, although I never actually sold any phone lines. That was an interesting job. I don't know. Door to door sales wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's people aren't as. It's like one of those things that kind of reaffirms your faith in humanity because you assume that like every house you go to is just going to be furious, but like by and large, most people are pretty nice if you doing that. Because I guess they just respect like, well, this kid doesn't want to be doing this, you know. But it's a hard job. He's out here all day. He's doing the best he can. So people, for the most part, are nicer than you'd expect.
Huh. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a cool experience. It's honestly, like I've also worked corporate jobs before, and it's honestly easier to talk about the door-to-door sales in like an interview because it just shows a certain level of like grit, I guess, or just like willingness. Because it's like hard to walk up to a stranger's house and knock on their door and then try to sell them a product. You know, it's not easy. Yeah. And I'm legally not even allowed to do it. So.
Really?
What?
Yeah, it's this whole registry thing.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh wait.
Oh!
I also did a second.
You're like, oh.
But yeah, that's the job shirt. How did you find your current job, Alex?
He's like chewing reaction.
Sorry, like in the break, I like air fried like some food, so I'm like, I'm such an air fry. Sorry, completely derailed.
Little air fry cell.
Yeah, I'm an air fry Chad. I'm air fry pilled. So easy, so clean. But I got my job.
Oven cells are seething right now.
Literally. I got my job by networking the living hell out of my last summer. As well as just like I applied, I want to say last summer. The job that I currently am was like my number one choice, so I lucked out hugely on that one. But I applied every day over the course to like a different job over the course of like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about DC specifically in career hunting in DC is people are not going to tell you this up front. And this is kind of depends on where you apply to now because of COVID and remote work. But if you have Washington, D.C. in your address line on your resume or like Arlington or whatever, the likelihood of you getting hired goes like way up because people don't want to pay for relocation.
Yeah.
Is usually the case.
No, recruiters will do that. They'll change your resume to be the state you're applying in.
Because it's also they want to pay for relocation. Two, they say like, oh, we want you to start in like 2 weeks. You're not going to be like, oh wait, my lease runs out at this time, or like, oh, I'm looking for this. So I was in a summer program in college actually that had me live in DC, and I was like, okay, I'm going to stay in DC, find a job, or move back to my parents in the Midwest. And I was like, I'm just gonna like I got an apartment before I got a job, and I was like, well, I sure hope I'm gonna get a job now, and I did. So it all worked out well.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I think Atlanta's kind of the same way. Because they don't want to pay for relocation, because especially if it's like an entry level job, why would they pay for relocation? And B, if it's a long commute for people, they're probably not going to stick around that long, because a long commute's just like hard on workers, you know. It's like crazy to me that people do that. They'll just drive like an hour to and from work each day. It's like fucking nuts to me, kind of.
I don't think I could do. I don't think I could do more than like I don't know, 30-minute commute. I feel like that'd be like my upper limit.
Yeah.
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 My
I've
commute
done-
is like 25 minutes to work, and it's like doable. It's fine.
Yeah, 25 minutes is about what, like the current jobs I'm interviewing, it'd be about 25 minutes, which is fine, you know.
I bust though, so I can kind of like dick around on my phone.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's nice.
But I mean, you think of that, even a 25-minute commute, that's an hour out of your day that you're just not getting paid for, you know, 5 days a week at least. I don't know. It just kind of adds up.
Huh? Yeah, true.
It's kind of, I don't know. I don't really like work or working.
So you're gonna make it big in the podcasting business.
Yeah, this is really all I got.
What would you rather do instead of having a job? Right. Let's say money is no longer an object, right? And you don't actually have to work in order to like live. What would you do all day?
Post on Twitter what I already do.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know. Well, I'm exaggerating. I don't really like any jobs I've ever had, but like working itself is pretty like good for you. Like it gives your life structure and stuff. You know, humans I think are meant to have things to do. That could be like, I mean, I guess ideally I'd like to marry like a woman who has a really great job and I just raise her kids for her.
Okay,
Yeah.
male wife.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be so dope. I'd keep the house like so clean. It'd be sick.
You should look for you should go on like Tinder or something and set your age range to like 30 and over and just look for divorced moms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
is there
done
like-
that. Yeah.
Is there like an Ashley Madison but for women?
Is Ashley Madison not for women? I thought it was a
Yeah,
fair
but,
site.
reverse, like.
What's Ashley Madison?
Oh, like sugar baby, you mean?
Okay. Yeah. No, dude, if you find a way to find a sugar mommy, let me know.
Yeah, I think that'd be ideal for me. Is some woman just pays all my expenses.
Don't you get
And I like
occasional?
barely exist as like a human. That'd be sick.
Don't you get like occasional cougars at your bar?
It won't.
Oh.
I don't know. Sometimes we get like older women, but not like they're not there to like hit on guys or whatever. They're just like there with their, I don't know, they just come like early in the evening with like their friends. I have noticed that I'm very popular with them, which is that I have a couple of demographics that I seem to really get along with, and two of no, I will say like. No, okay, no. Actually, I'm gonna narrow it down to two demographics. One is like Midwest dads. I really know how to talk to Midwestern dads, I think, and they always tip me well. And the other demographic is like women 30 or over. They also are big Avgust fans. People like my age kind of just find me strange and off-putting. So, I do my best, but the deadpan and like I don't know. I feel like I may be touched by the tism a little bit sometimes because I just don't know how to talk to people my age, like who are like in like the typical like crowd is like frat people and sorority girls at my bar. And I just kind of just I don't know how to talk to them. But people who are like 30 or over for women and then like 50 or over for men find me very entertaining. So who knows.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's our target demographic with the podcast is 30 to 45-year-old men. I don't know if I've shared that, but that's who we are.
The target of the podcast is your dad.
I send each episode to my dad. Well, I did, and then he blocked me on Messenger. We no longer have any contact.
I could not imagine sending any episode of any of this to my parents.
I've been sending them to my brother because he's like, hip or whatever. And I was like, OMG, like, if you send these to mom and dad, like, I will kill you.
And then you're like, oh, it's sort of like a cosmic gumbo of like Red Scare and Chapo.
Cosmic gumbo.
Are you a I think you should leave fan?
I am, as a matter of fact.
I love that. I've been watching the new season.
What do y'all think of the new season?
It's really good so far. I've only seen like 3 episodes, maybe.
I thought it was good, but not as good as the first 2 seasons. It's a great show.
Yeah.
But the Cosmic Gumbo. That's a line from the Santa sketch, I believe.
Yeah. Detective Crashmore.
Yeah, Detective Crashmore. That's a funny show. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've also found Avgust. I typically get along better with older people for one reason or another. Maybe
Are you
I'm
an only
just not-
child?
What?
Are you an only child?
So kind of. So both my parents are on their third marriage.
Mm.
So my mom has 2 kids from her first marriage, and my dad has a younger brother from his third marriage, and then I also have 3 step siblings. So, but I mean, I grew up for the most part because my oldest brother is 30. No, wait, he's 40. He's actually 40 this year. My youngest brother is 12. So for a lot of my childhood, I was the only kid in the house.
Mm. Yeah, I
So
feel like
your 4-year-old brother's gonna love this podcast. Then he fits the demographic.
Wait, what? Yeah, my brother. If I sent my brother to this, I think he'd just leave me on red. I don't think he'd even click on it.
that's exactly the thing what my brother did. I was trying to get. I was like, I told my brother, I was like, dude, you should. I was like, kind of ironically, I was like talking to him. I was like, you should totally like. I'm on this terrible podcast with Elka and like with this guy Flounder. He's like, who's Flounder? And I was like, I was like, I don't know. He's just like some guy on Twitter. And I was like, in all honesty,
You
like,
didn't tell him about the Subway Challenge? That's what I'm known for.
I did. No, I
Yeah,
did.
tell him
I
about
did
the
tell
Subway
him. I told
Challenge.
him. I was like, he's just like this guy on Twitter. I don't know. We just like he's funny. We just thought it'd be fun to do a podcast with him. Like I was like, he like honestly, he means nothing to you. Like it won't matter to you who this guy is. But like it's like this 6.5 hour video where you eat Subway every day for a month, and like I don't know. He's just kind of like a funny guy. And then my brother's kind of like, oh, okay. And I was like, you know, let's do it. And he's like, no.
Well, at one point, your brother was going to come on as a guest, I thought.
Oh,
Oh, would he?
I think he would, but I
Would he tell your parents?
no.
Oh, okay. He's
I think
chill,
if I
right?
asked him to, he would.
Okay, Mol, my brother is gonna be visiting Madison in like
Whoa.
late June, and he wants
I
to
need-
come on the pond.
I need to meet your brother. He
Yeah.
called me the F slur one time. I still
He
remember.
did call, yeah, Avgust the F slur, but you know.
Yeah, virtually. I've never
We've
met them.
all called Avgust the F slur.
I'm sorry. What slur?
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone on that one. Okay. Yeah, he should come. He should jump in the pond, so to speak. That's what everybody says about being a guest.
Dip his toes in the pond. You know, the water's warm, you know.
Well, it's not a toe show. It's not a feet fetishes show. So let's.
Shit, it's not. I thought that's gonna hit in like the second Zoom call, but yes.
This
guess not.
episode brought to you by Feet Finder.
Oh my god, what's the celebrity website that?
Oh, it's like Rava or some shit.
No, the celebrity website where like people were like post celebrities' feet. I remember
Yeah.
that being like a thing.
No, I remember there was a big one with Amy Klobuchar where her feet got rated like 4 stars.
Oh my god.
It
I'd
was during the
pull out a-
pandemic, and she gave a speech barefoot for some reason. Cause
4 out of 5 or 4 out of 10.
what's that?
4 out of 5 or 4 out of 10.
4 out of 5.
Is it-
She did
is it like
have
a
nice
Michelin
feet,
star?
I mean, in fairness to Amy.
Oh, I didn't know you were a first name basis.
Oh, is it WikiFeed?
Oh yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, it's Wiki Feet.
I'm gonna go on WikiFeed real quick.
Uh-oh.
This is the most like 2000. Like this website has not been updated in like format since like 2008.
How do y'all
And-
feel about foot
Also-
fetishes? Is it weird?
Here,
I mean,
I don't yuck people's yums.
I feel like it's kind of weird.
I think it's weird.
It's like why I don't know. Like feet are kind of gross. Like I don't know.
I've never heard of any of these people on WikiFeed right now.
Why do you think it's gross?
Well, it's like I feel like like feet are kind of like stinky or whatever, and it's like it's just not, it's like your
Feet are
walk-
stinky.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
like
like
so
it.
are like pussies and dicks and assholes,
etc., etc.,
They're
things of
all-
that nature.
They're all stinky, and I don't know.
I mean-
I'm a huge fan of 2 or 3 of those things.
No, I
Me
mean,
I'm
doing
just
the
not
mental
going to
math.
specify which 2.
Doing a mental math in my head.
it's like you're walking on your feet all day. You're like standing on them and stuff. I feel like they're just more like utilitarian than anything else. It's just kind of like they just serve a purpose. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the reading I've done on it, because I've spent a lot of time reading and looking into foot fetishes.
As what does.
Yeah, is that it's not unlike any other naked part of the body. It's partially attractive because it's normally covered up. So
So is genitals.
yeah, and people are into those.
No.
I've got personally, and this is me being candid with y'all, I've got a pussy fetish. I love that stuff.
Ew. You're a freak for real.
Yeah, I'm all about that pussy shit. I swear to God. Yeah. So foot fetishes, are they in or out in summer 2023? I think they're in. I think they're in.
I'm gonna say out, despite the fact that I spend an unfortunate amount of time during the summer barefoot.
Why unfortunate?
Well, because then fucking freaks like you can look at my feet.
I don't have one of these.
No, you're
You're taking this out of context completely.
like foot fetishes, like just like hypothetically.
And then we're
speaking,
like, oh, I think they're weird. Like, oh yeah, not that I have one. Yeah, and they're like, I'm not.
not to play the devil's advocate or anything, but like suppose I had a foot fetish.
Yeah, like I've done reading on it, just like pure academics, of course. But I think they're in for the summer, just like for other people, but not for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Nothing I said should be controversial, really.
Yeah. No, I mean I believe you completely. You have no foot fetish.
I mean, wouldn't it be kind of dope if you had a girlfriend with a foot fetish and she would give you feet massages and stuff?
I've never heard of like a woman having a foot
That
fetish.
is true. I've never thought about that.
Wait, is Alex muted? I don't know.
I've seen him move his mouth.
No.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I just accidentally pressed the button on my actual mic.
Oh.
I saw that happen at a dining hall on campus once.
Massage?
A lady was giving a man a foot massage below the belt.
Oh.
Because I went to our campus convenience store at 11:30 or something, and then I passed by just that happening, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna get my pretzel nuggets and then go home, but you guys have fun.
She was jacking him off?
It was over the pants from what I saw.
Word.
Which is that better or worse at that point?
She was cranking his hog over his pants?
I don't make the rules.
Yeah, I mean,
it's awful. That seems
yeah,
like
I know
torture.
what I mean, and that is in the bottom floor of a dorm, right? If you're talking about where I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they could not have just gone to his or her room.
No. Well, I didn't stop and ask.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
don't you have a better place to
you do,
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there are weirder fetishes, right? There's people with poop fetishes and shit.
Yeah.
So I guess
okay, I mean, let's not kink shame on my platform, all right?
Now you wanna. All right, yeah.
Here he goes.
I welcome any person who's listening to this who has a poop fetish to stop listening right now. I think they're weird.
Oh, you're gonna kill his entire audience, God.
Or 3 listeners.
Look, Avgust, I think our wires got crossed somewhere. think you kind of misunderstood the target audience. I thought I made it was very clear that it was 30 to 45-year-old men with scat fetishes as the primary target demographic. But I don't know. I guess we missed each other's boat on that one.
Yeah, all
Two ships in the night.
of the old men with weird fetishes, or not weird, unusual fetishes. Excuse me. Listening to this podcast, I just checked, and the most recent episode 3, has 19 views. So all 19 of them.
We're busting out. We're going wild.
Episode 1 is about 80.
Damn.
Maybe we can break 100. If we break 100, we'll do a special episode. I'm promising that right now.
We'll do a subscriber.
We'll do a giveaway. We'll fly. No, what we'll do? We'll fly a listener out to Atlanta.
The Flounder podcast fuck a fan contest.
fly someone, a lucky fan out to Atlanta, to Flounder's apartment, to be on the Pondcast for an episode.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, Flounder, but it's okay, right?
No, I don't give a fuck.
That's exactly what I thought.
As long as I get to pick the fan, and nobody has a problem with me picking a young female fan to come on the podcast with me. As long as
do what on the podcast?
Just converse.
Wait, but where on the podcast are we supposed to come?
Just have a nice conversation, man. Stop it. And I need to see her feet before she came. Also,
before she did what?
Just drop it. just drop the cum thing, okay? I'm trying to run a podcast here.
We're talking about feet and poop.
You didn't tell me this is...
and then that's the fucking line.
You didn't tell me this podcast was horny. What's going on?
I'm fine about being horny. You were telling me on the last one I was talking about that whole vape store, and you're telling me that you were getting a little randy listening to me talk. So like, I don't think you can talk shit. We can talk about cum.
Yeah, I mean you're allowed to say cum. You're allowed to say horse cock. Those are all.
Yeah.
It's after 10 p.m.
Yeah, this is the adults only podcast. I'm just saying I want a young impressionable viewer to win the fuck a fan contest who has nice friends to come to my apartment in Atlanta, and you guys are making it sexual. I don't understand why.
Okay, Jeffrey.
This way. I feel like you guys are putting words in my mouth. I'd prefer some toes.
All
right, I'm gonna stop. I really don't have a foot fetish.
You're really convincing us with that one.
Let's talk about dating stories.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any funny dating stories?
Yeah.
I feel like you would.
Elka, I told some last episode, and then Elka wouldn't.
I feel like I do so many embarrassing things that I just don't need to talk about to anyone. But yeah.
I mean, the only one I can think of is just some very odd dates I went on off Tinder when I was drinking, like pretty much 24/7. Where I would just show up like kind of wasted and then just like continue to drink. I'm trying to think of anything really funny happened. I never like fell asleep on a date or something like that. Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Aleks, any funny dating stories?
No, because I'm effortlessly charming and all my dates go perfectly.
Yeah, I have the same problem.
I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I just got out of like a long-term relationship, so like dating is. I'm trying to remember like where it was approximately like a year ago. I don't know. Like there's nothing like weird that happened. I just had like dates where I kind of was like, okay, well, I'm not really vibing, but I'm gonna enjoy a nice dinner and conversation. We're not gonna talk after this, but like have a good time.
I guess me and my high school girlfriend got like kind of caught like hooking up in public a few times.
Oh.
Yeah, this is. I'm not sure I should talk about this. Whatever. Who cares? Nobody's gonna listen to this fucking shit. Yeah, like we were in the bathroom of this movie theater, and she was like blowing me in there in the stall, and this guy, this adult man, like caught us. And then like alerted the staff of the movie theater, and he wanted to call the police, and eventually the movie theater just told us to leave. Nothing really happened. And then like one time, bathroom at this like ice cream store, I don't remember why we were in there, and like there were just like 2 loud knocks on the door, and then
Was it like a stall or a single?
like a single person bathroom, and we were just both in there, and he just like knocked on the door twice. And then I forget what our plan was, but it was going to be just like one of us walked out, and then we opened the door and there was nobody there, so we just left. That happened a couple times. That was like really, like I look back on that, I'm like, I clearly have very poor impulse control if I was doing that back in high school. Because I was like dead sober at the time too. I don't know.
Even when I was like when I was in high school, and like obviously, it's pretty hard to find time where like, your parents are all, your parents, your siblings are all gone. I mean, I never was desperate enough to have sex in a public bathroom personally.
We weren't having sex. She was blowing me, okay?
Oh, excuse me.
Don't again, you guys keep putting words in my mouth. I'm a civilized man. All right? She was giving me a blowjob in a public bathroom. Like, let's relax here. But that was a long. That's not really a dating story though. That's more just me being dumb.
That's
in school.
that's just a story of teen love, I suppose.
It's really romantic when you think about it. Yeah.
Wild, love is in the air.
Love is love. Is what I've been told.
Okay, I have a story that I remembered.
Ooh.
That is
Lore?
embarrassing.
For you?
Yeah.
Oops.
I think you know about this, Avgust. But so I was like traveling in Eastern Europe, like yeah. Okay. I was traveling in Eastern Europe last winter, or like 2 winters ago, and I ended up in the capital of Slovakia for a day.
As one does.
As one does, Bratislava. And I was just like hanging out, doing whatever. And I met this guy, and he like asked me out to dinner. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? And so we went out to dinner, and he like, took me around town, whatever. It was like super chill. And I was like, I kind of thought it was a date, but like I didn't know. But he was like super awkward. So I was just like, just like sitting there, just like I had nothing better to do. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I had to like take a train back to Vienna that night. So I just left. And then we like, I think he had my like Facebook or whatever. And so he like messaged me on there all the time, which was like very odd. And then so flash forward to this winter when Avgust and 2 of our other friends went to Prague. I went to Bratislava for like a couple days and like hung out with
to meet up with him again.
Well, okay, the thing is that like Bratislava is unironically one of my favorite cities. Like I just really like it there. I don't know why. It's like kind of a shithole, but it's like really it's chill.
Mm-hmm.
I like wanted to go back like regardless of the guy or whatever. But so I told him that I was coming back because like it's a small town, so I figured like I'd run into him, whatever. And so he like I told him I was going to be there for 2 days, and he like planned this whole like itinerary of like all these events, like 30-minute intervals.
Aww.
Like
Cute a little bit.
But it was really cringe. It was really cringe. Because I like forgot. First of all, I forgot what he looked like, and he was looking at Udo. Second of all, I was like kind of wanted to do my own thing, And so I like lied about like what time my train was like leaving. And then I was like, oh, I have to leave early, blah blah. So yeah, that's my story. Yeah.
Sounds beautiful, like an international romance.
It was like really cringe actually. Well, and then he was like, we were like walking, he really wanted to take me to this like forest and go for a walk in the forest. And so we had to take this like hour bus ride like over to the forest. And I was like sitting on the bus thinking, oh my God, he's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
Because
what? Why would you?
That would be my initial thought. I would be like,
yeah. I like it like occurred to me like when we were halfway there, so I was like, okay, like too late now.
Right.
But
might as well see this out.
I feel like generally, I was thinking this the other day. I was like, when I see what Elka is, I don't have to like worry about her because some of our friends like you kind of worry about because they don't have it together. And I'm like, Elka's pretty like got a good head on her shoulders, but now I don't. I'm doubting that.
no, I think I think I can kind of like judge people, okay? And like I was like, oh, like he's kind of weird or cringe, but like I don't think he's like a serial killer. And like it was actually a really pretty forest, and so he was totally right, you know. But it was just kind of like, oh damn.
You match this vibe. You match.
Yeah.
You can match the vibe.
So did you go to Bratislava? Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you go to see him, or did you just go?
I mean, kind of both. I think it was kind of like I did it for the bit.
She didn't invite any of the rest of us to come along for context.
It
so.
sounds like you wanted to see this guy to me. I mean, it sounds like you were trusting him to take you into
We're
a
kind
secluded forest.
like ditch a frog to go to Bratislava to see this Ivan guy.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It was like cringe though, but I think it was just kind of funny. Like it was like a funny like life experience.
It was a funny haha. It was a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
also-
were risking murder, ironically, is what you're saying.
They
Yeah.
don't do that in Slovakia.
But you know, it's like I don't know. It all kind of worked out, and like yeah, it was really cheap, and so it's like okay, why not?
So the funny thing about traveling to Europe is it's surprisingly cheap, even compared to like traveling within the U.S. Like stuff is not that expensive over there.
I'm making a note of something.
He just needs to censor himself.
I promised myself I wasn't gonna say anything objectionable, but I just did, so it's fine. It's whatever. I'll have to listen to it back to see if I actually said what I thought I said.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I've said
Yeah,
anything.
I'm well aware. Like literally any time, which I think is every episode. Yes, every episode I've had to request censors because I specifically say something that does not need to be published.
Yeah, you're a young man. You have a future to protect. You know, I'm pretty much at the end of my string.
Well, yeah.
We probably got time for one more topic before this one ends. Fuck, this one was recommended by Elka, I think. Spiciness of food, seasoning of food. What do y'all think? I put hot sauce in everything personally. That's just me. I
The
can't think
Trader
it's spicy
Joe's
enough.
green sauce.
Green sauce.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
That one's good. So jot that down, everybody.
I kind of like. Okay, I feel like with different. I feel like a lot of like the good spicy food is like ethnic food, right? Like I've never had. I don't know when it's ever some like super spicy. I don't know, like chicken wings is like whatever, it's mid. So like the really good spicy food is like ethnic food. I feel like the best kind of spicy food is like Indian food personally.
I love Indian food.
I love like samosas. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like Nashville hot chicken? That shit is fucking good.
No.
Not. Is it just like fried chicken that's spicy?
I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, it sounds it sounds normal, but yeah, that is what it is.
AFC pal.
Makes a hot chicken that's just so spicy.
Yeah, no, I learned about this in like a high school class. Is spicy foods typically have a lot of vitamin C, so we interpret it as like poison, so our brain releases dopamine to get us to eat spicy food because it has vitamin C in it. So I've read before that like eating hot foods, spicy foods, is like a good way to like produce dopamine artificially. I've always thought that was kind of cool, and ever since then, because I struggle with depression pretty bad. I put hot sauce on basically everything I eat.
You find that it helps?
No, fucking obviously not, man. I'm doing a fucking Pondcast right now. Like clearly it's not working. Clearly it's not working.
I think everyone can make a podcast and should.
The fact that we're here is proof that you're spiraling. Good to know.
This is the fucking lowest point of my entire life, man. What are you talking about? Like, come on. This is the only thing keeping me going forward is the shittiest podcast in America. Like, what do you? What
It's
type
gonna
of
blow
question
up.
is that?
It's gonna blow up. It's gonna be big.
Someday we'll have like a real studio. We won't have to censor anything because this would be like our full-time job. We'll have like real mics. We'll be able to like meet up for real, and we'll have real sponsors, and they'll want to be associated with us despite the things we say.
Don't tell them the sponsors are fake. They don't know the sponsors are fake.
Censor that too, then.
Wait, the sponsors are fake?
All right. Well, now that we have less than a minute, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Come on.
So BetterHelp. Speaking of Flounder's crippling depression, maybe he could get some help with BetterHelp, which is like online therapy, I think. For all the marketing they do, I would imagine that they're not. Well, no, sorry. They're very good. They're the best. And you can get a therapist 24/7. I don't know. It might be AI. It might not be. I don't actually remember.
It's like the hot sauce of therapy.
It's
They
the hot.
wanted me to say, they paid me to say that.
Oh, do they give you extra for that kind of thing?
They came up with that line.
Oh, good.
Not
Damn.
me.
Well, whatever. Just creatively.
Aleks,
thank-
how does BetterHelp help you?
Uh,
The meeting ended. Okay, well, I'll be right back. All right, we will keep going in a second here. Gonna just take a quick break. Oh wow. This is the last dance. You can count on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody get to the dance floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake that booty line. How's that song go? It's a good song.
Hey, in between meetings, Alex texted me to tell me that he used to go to bed, so he said to say good night to you.
Oh,
So
okay. Can you let him know good night from me as well?
I'll text him right now.
Thank you. He's cool. He's a great guest.
He's
Yeah.
really chill.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah.
year older than you guys, I guess.
Two.
Yeah, two, yeah. Or wait, two for me.
No, yeah, he's two.
Right.
Yeah, 2 years older. He's just a year older than me. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I got you. Well, I appreciate him coming on. That's great of him.
Yeah, it
yeah.
was fun. I haven't talked with him in a long time.
Yeah, me neither.
How'd you guys get him on here? Did you just like ask?
We were just no. I think he asked me to be on because I think I like posted like I posted on like my private Instagram story or something, and he was like, "Oh wait, can I be on?" And I was like, "Hell yeah,
Oh shit, that's sick.
yeah, yeah, yeah." Do you want to hit like one more topic and then call it a night?
Yeah, that's fine.
What should we do? I'm kind of looking. I don't know. I like how like we asked Alex for like his hobbies and interests as like topics, and we only hit I think one of them. No, well, international relations. That was kind of one.
Suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. We could do Chicago. We could do country music.
tattoos.
Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski, yeah.
Yeah. No, R.I.P. to a legend, Ted Kaczynski. Honestly, like
Yeah, I
we
mean, love him or hate him, you know what I mean?
yeah, and he was living in the middle of nowhere, like a 3x5 cabin by himself, and then we arrested him and put him in a 5x8 cell. So I guess we really showed him, huh?
Yeah, I mean, is living as a natural survivalist lifestyle, is that a crime all of a sudden? You know, we're gonna punish a guy just for living his life?
Yeah, and doing some writing. Yeah,
Yeah, doing a little bit of writing, and suddenly he's got to go to jail. I mean, it's not cool.
yeah, that's the woke mob for you, honestly.
Yeah. Is he kind of the first victim of cancel culture in a way?
Some would say Jesus was.
That's fair.
It goes Jesus, Ted Kaczynski, Donald Trump, direct lineage.
No. Jesus, Ted Kaczynski, Elka.
Have you been unfairly canceled before, Elka? I noticed you put your Twitter on private, I think.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I've been like, I have so many stories of people just like being weird and like mean on Twitter.
Ooh, that's true.
So I don't know. I didn't like put it on private for a reason. I was just kind of like getting like schizo-paranoid again.
I remember when I used
You
to
know
be
who
on
else got schizoparanoid?
Ted Kaczynski.
Kaczynski.
I was just gonna say that in my many Twitter accounts I've been canceled fairly sometimes, unfairly other times, mainly unfairly. I would just like because I don't know, like there'll be some like I don't know, like local band or like just some person that I just don't know, and then I'll quote tweet them and like make fun of them for whatever. And people will come at me like I'm supposed to know who this is. Like, how could you say that about like so and so? Or like I'm just a person on Twitter, dog. Like, sorry. Remember one time there was this person, I think a fairly, I mean, you could tell the person was like chronically online because she was like fairly big on Twitter, I think. Like, I mean, hit like a few thousand like retweets or likes or whatever, you know what I mean, on this tweet. And it was like begging for money essentially. She was like, "Oh, or mutual aid as they call it." And she was like begging for money for whatever reason, and she like had her Venmo or Cash App or something like linked, and she's like, "Send me money," and I just quote tweeted it, and I was like, "I'm gonna request money," actually, like not a funny tweet, but also not like a pretty like whatever tweet, like very easy to ignore. And then this woman got so pissed at me. She was like replying to me and then like quote retweeting me and like tagging people that follow me and was like, oh, like this is how your mutuals at. I was like, calm down, dog. Like I'm sure you've got your charity money, plenty without me, harassing you online. And my Twitter hate is probably, only boosting her.
It's crazy how many accounts are like that where they post like I'm a black queer person of color, indigenous, and I need surgery coming up. Like, please donate to my GoFundMe. Like, does it really work? I guess it does.
I guess I know one of our friends is one of our black friends used to do that. I think he still does that. Where
He got money though.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. Like someone would be like, oh, like it's February or whatever, or it's like XYZ day for whatever, whoever, and like comment below and like get and comment your Venmo, and he'll be like, oh yeah, black guy living in the Midwest, like give me money, and people like will just give him money. It's crazy. I mean, hey, right? Like if it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, who are the people giving him money? Is it just
White women.
reciprocity or?
Yeah.
Oh, it's white women.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Another thing to love about white women. The more I learn about them, the more I like them. To be honest.
I could get money from my viral tweets. I've like tried to like put my Venmo or whatever in on like my viral tweets, and all that's happened is that people will like request money from my
Including me.
including Avgust. So it's just like so like embarrassing.
Yeah. One of my friends was telling me about how he would and I tried to do this too a little bit when he told me about it. He would like find like not sugar mommies, excuse me. The opposite. Like women like who will like try and get like weird men to like send them money and
Findoms, yeah.
And findoms. He'll find like findoms on Twitter or like Reddit, and then he'll just like request money from them and see if they like unthinkingly click accept or whatever, and then like send him money. Didn't work, I think, for him at all. I believe like someone, not that they didn't dox him, but they like posted like a screenshot on Twitter and being like, oh, this loser tried to request money from me, like go after him. I don't know what like their end goal was, but they're like, yo, look at this fucking loser trying to request money from the fin dog. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not work. They all were too smart for him, I suppose.
I had a friend who did like findom work for a while. She found this guy, and he just wanted her to like demean him basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the rates were really good. It was like $40 an hour or something. Yeah, there's a lot of money in that stuff.
I would easily demean someone for $40 an hour. I mean, I do that shit for free anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll do that for like room and board. I don't care. No, I feel like I would feel really uncomfortable about that.
I could not see you doing that.
Like I would feel like really gross. I don't know.
Yeah, she had to call him Dirt Boy, and like send him pictures of her shoes and stuff. Yeah, use the F slur. That was a big part of it too. She had to be like really mean to the guy, and he would just send her money.
Back to unusual. I'm gonna say weird fetishes. Like, where does that come from?
The findom thing, from what I've read, and I don't really know, because again, I'm not. You guys are gonna twist this again to make it sound like I'm a findom. I'm not. I'm not into that. I don't send girls money. Okay, don't get it fucking. But it's like our finances are like as intimate to us as anything. It's like considered rude to talk about money with other people. You pretty much never discuss your finances with anybody. So I think for them, having their finances entangled in this relationship is like a form of extreme intimacy, based on the reading I did.
That's so weird. And then but then also like the degrading thing, like the degradation portion of it is also, I mean, just like degradation as like a fetish in general, not even linked to like financials. I also don't understand that. But I just wonder what causes someone to be like, oh, this is what I find like hot, right? Like I can see like if you have like like I don't know, if you have like mommy or daddy issues, like I can see where like a variety of like fetishes or kinks comes from that. But something like financial domination, it's just like what is going on? I don't know.
Probably making more money than you know what to do with. Probably being incredibly lonely. You just like the idea of being able to pay somebody to give you attention.
That makes sense. Huh. Oh well.
But yeah,
Maybe.
do you think Ted Kaczynski would have been a good poster on Twitter? I think he would have been kind of goated.
I think. Well, no, because he would have hated it.
I think he would have used it as a utilitarian means to an end, kind of.
Yeah, I guess if Twitter was around when he was trying to like publish his manifesto. Wait, which it was, I think. Wait.
No, wait, no.
No, wait. When was Kaczynski doing his thing? I thought it was like the late 2000s, but I might be completely wrong.
No.
No, he published his manifesto in '95.
Oh, whoops! I'm completely wrong. Okay, yeah. So if Twitter was around when Kaczynski was trying to get his manifesto published, which I guess eventually was, but he would have had a fucking field day getting this posting that shit on Twitter like a thread. It's like how industrial society is destroying humanity. Here's how you can help, a thread, and then
Do you guys know the like pasty woman or pasty
Yes,
or whatever
yeah.
on Twitter?
She has funny threads.
Type of shit that she would do.
It was fun reading through her threads. I can never tell if she was serious or not. Because sometimes it'd be like, oh, how to like, I don't know, seduce a man or whatever. But then sometimes it'd be like, why it's okay to get a new boyfriend lined up before you break up with your old one. And I'm like, do you really believe this?
She's a poster.
She is a poster. She is definitely one of the posters of all time.
Yeah.
I feel like if you did long threads, Elka, I think that's the type of stuff you would do. Is just post like evil how-to tutorials.
No, I'm a very
ironically.
I don't think I could find the hate in my heart for something like that.
Fuck off.
I'm kind of a beacon of happiness.
You've never heard her talk behind closed doors about people.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think you could do it, honestly.
I'll help you write evil threads if you need inspiration.
Real okay.
I feel like I could give me a couple of drinks. But I think are we going to meet our friends?
Oh yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you wanna? Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna go meet some friends at the bar after this, and I think I can give me a couple beers, and I can definitely cook up some evil threads. This in the natural flow of conversation will come to me. Like a vision from God.
No, I mean, like, what would the threads be about? Like, because I feel like the whole, like, how to manipulate your boyfriend, whatever thing like that. That's like, yeah, played out. It has to be something original, inventive.
That's true. That's true. Make it.
How do you?
No.
Like, how do you? All right. I mean, this is my misogyny showing, right? But I think women are really good at, like, to put it nicely, like influencing people, right? Put it poorly, like manipulating people. I think that's kind of what women specialize in. That's why they're really good in like corporate roles, in my opinion. Like the Longhouse,
Yeah.
Women are good at picking up on people's emotions, manipulating them in different ways. How do you do that in your personal life?
You have to expose yourself.
I'm gonna keep it 100 right now. I don't manipulate people knowingly. I genuinely, like, I try to be a good person. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I try to be a good person.
That is so lame.
I'm so sorry. Like, I genuinely, like, I just like to, like, understand people. I don't know.
Now see, what I do is that I realize that I understand someone, and then I don't want to say I'm not. Let the record show that I'm no way admitting that I've ever used my understanding of someone in order to influence their choices or decisions. But I know that I could.
Oh, yeah.
How would you do it? What would be your tips for manipulating people?
Well, you don't have to do anything to say. You just have to know what to say at the right time to the right person. That's just all it is. I don't know. You don't have to like make people do things. Well, I guess like it is kind of make people do things. I don't know. You don't have to like orchestrate like any kind of complicated series of events to manipulate someone. just have to understand what makes them tick. Mainly what they're afraid of or what they're insecure about, and then you just push on that button enough and like in the right time, then like yeah, I don't know, you can get them to like I don't know, just like Tom is speaking too much.
No, but I mean, I think it's good to understand people, your friends and stuff like that, and like, their insecurities or, just like what makes them tick, just to like understand them better as a person and like understand where they're coming from and to like understand how to, kind of like avoid conflict or like resolve conflict and stuff.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
yeah, a lot of people just don't really, I don't know. I've seen like with, just like observing relationships and stuff like that, just like people don't try to understand the other person, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think I'm like the most easily manipulable person on the planet, probably. Like, like
If any if any beautiful women are listening to this podcast, I'm really vulnerable and easy to manipulate.
yeah, no, I mean, if there's any like BPD women listening right now, I'm like, I'd be so easy to gaslight. Like, I would do whatever you told me to without question. You could like reduce me to nothing, basically, is what I'm trying to say right now.
And then see now, if you're a real male manipulator, you make them think that.
Oh.
Regardless of whether you are vulnerable or not, you just make them because no, there's nothing people love more than control over like whatever.
Yeah. Do you think that's the next step in
And
like
what?
being a like pickup artist? Is like you actually go back to being like an incel?
Huh? Yeah, no, because I feel like the whole like pickup artist like alpha male game is still very much about like establishing dominance, establishing control, blah 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 blah. But no one actually likes that. People like to be in control because it makes them feel secure and like they will be less hurt if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe the trick is to go up to women in bars and just be like,
Right.
I think you're pretty.
If you do that too much, then we get back to the spiritually gay thing.
Yeah. But no, like I feel like when people like betray like a little bit of their insecurity, but not too much,
Mm-hmm.
that's like very endearing. It's like it shows their humanity and stuff. I think that's like good for anyone.
Yeah, well, I think at the end of the day, it's just called being genuine.
Yeah, yeah. Being a person. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I meant to ask that when Alex was on, but like Harry Styles like wearing skirts and stuff, is that like attractive to anybody? Like, or is it purely just like a statement?
I think it's just a statement,
I
and
think yeah.
and if it was, and I know, I mean, I think to some people it is right, like attractive, seeing like a man dressed like in women's clothes or like dressed androgynously, but you have to do it well, and like I said before, he just doesn't do it well. He just looks like an idiot.
Yeah, it's like I've seen, like photos of men and like whatever, where it's like, oh, like he actually pulled off that skirt, or like he actually looks good in that dress. And like totally, like if you look good in it, wear it.
Yeah,
But it's like with Harry Styles, he just like he does not look good in that shit. I'm sorry. Like something about just like it's not it. It's not the vibe.
No, the picture I was thinking of, he's in like a leotard and it has like a
yes,
Oh,
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
like looks just ridiculous, kind of. Well,
Yeah.
kind of partly because he's not actually really in that great a shape. I mean, he's like fine, but at the same time, I do know a lot of girls who really love Harry Styles for what it's worth. I guess who grew up with One Direction.
That's true.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't see the appeal. Just like even just like his face, like I don't think his face is
Really,
attractive.
I think he's a good-looking guy. Just like outside of his fashion sense, I think he's a good-looking guy. But
He's like fine.
yeah,
Like I mean, like I think like make or break would be his personality, and I feel like that's a break. I don't know.
oh well.
All right,
All
well, I
right.
think that's enough. We can wrap up
Yeah,
there.
I think that's a good amount of material. Yeah, good episode in my opinion. Thank you. What was it? BetterHelp.
Yeah, Manscaped and BetterHelp and Kratom in
Great.
general. They all were instrumental in bringing us this talent today. Getting everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Well, see you next episode, Flounder.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching.